Hello guys, gals, and non-binary pals, and welcome to another installment of the 5 O'clock Reboot. Despite the fact that we have now missed an entire week of the podcast due to the fact that I fucking died. Again.
How is the void, by the way?
Oh, well, you would think that you're safe in the void. Nothing will get to you. Nothing will bother you. Turns out, not the case. I got COVID. Yeah. Don't even know how I got it. Let me see your cup real quick.
Which one?
That one. The big one.
The big one?
Yeah. Oh, never mind.
Your daddy-o.
It was wet and it just looked like it had some weird thing on it. I just cleaned these cups. Note to self, never, ever, ever get a house with well water because there's just white spots all over it.
Yeah.
It's awful. I hate well water.
It is an issue.
It makes me sound like a privileged city boy, but I really hate city water. Or well water.
Well, I think it depends because, there's things you can do with well water, if it's your own, you know what I mean? But, since you're renting...
Yeah, I can't do anything.
You can't be like, hey, bro, you should get this water softener and, have this done to your whole system, you know?
I mean, to be fair, it'd be a hell of an investment.
Would be a hell of an investment.
That's one.
Don't worry, Sheriff Fix-It will get you.
Sheriff Fix-It. We do need to talk about that. So, for those of you guys, well, I suppose we'll put a slight intermission on in here. Hey, while you're down there, would you mind tying my shoes? Oh my. Why have we done this before? We've done this before. You smack her all on the ground and you have downstairs neighbors. But as he goes and does his dealio here. Missed you guys a whole lot. Haven't done a whole lot on my end of things. Just been working. Look at him go. I'm sure you could just Dukes a Hazzard back into your seat too. Just hop over the thing here. Probably could have done that to begin with. Just in reverse order. Alright. I straight up thought you were actually going to try to attempt to jump into the seat. I was actually really nervous about that. I was like, he's going to fucking try to Dukes a Hazzard this shit.
Nah, dude, not after I just fucking obliterated your downstairs neighbor.
He just fucking dies. But
yeah, we're back.
It's been quite a week. A lot of stuff has happened amidst me getting COVID and getting better. A lot of really cool shit happened. Actually, two cool things happened in one day.
Really?
Yeah. So, I want to get into the drink first so I can tell you that I hate it already, and then we can kind of move it about from there.
What if it's pleasant, though?
If it's pleasant, I will be pleasantly surprised.
If it's pleasant, we should get him on the show.
There's 3 chances of that happening right now. That is slim, fat, and none.
Yeah, but... Okay. All right, guys. I will introduce this drink. I sent my girlfriend on a special mission today because I was not going to have the time, nor have I had the time in the past few days to go to a liquor store. And I said, darling, please, I will send you with copious amounts of cashola if you'll find us something good, right? And I wrote down 6 different categories of drinks, right? It was wine, whiskey. Oh shit, no, I got the thing pulled up here. Hold on. Ow.
Centered.
No, and my knee's in the way.
You didn't see the edit that I did for that whole thing that you did last episode?
Oh, I need to.
But you're gonna...
I can't wait. That's gonna be a TikTok. But it was whiskey, Irish, bourbon, vodka, rum, tequila, and wine. 6 things, right? And then I took a D6, which is a 6-sided die, and I rolled it. And it came up 2s. Well, my girlfriend calls me, and she says, hey, do you remember how I went to see this country music singer in concert? And I was like, yes. Yes? And she said, do you remember how they had, a whiskey that they're coming out with? And I was like, yes. She said, what if I just get this? And I was like, well, that's an American whiskey. So technically it wouldn't fall into the number 1 category, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I said, absolutely get this whiskey. So what we're drinking today is... And I just brushed up against that. Y'all can see the... Well, you know, we... Probably should do the B-roll, I guess. What's the fucking B-roll, I guess?
Fucking
There's
B-roll,
the
I guess.
All right, it's Silverbelly, Silverbelly Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, which is Alan Jackson's whiskey.
Now, this is a second celebrity drink that we drank that was a Kentucky-related bourbon.
Yes. Wait, Sweetens Cove was a Tennessee thing, wasn't it?
It's a Tennessee. Kentucky and Tennessee. I know.
They can jack off with
They
that
can
shit.
Tennessee me jack my dick while we fucking cry in our own mouths. I don't fucking know.
I've got to say, this label is absolutely gorgeous, though. Like, it is beautiful. It's got the Silverbelly hat, you know? The hat.
Hat?
It is Alan Jackson's, I think, his first number 1 hit here in the real world. It says, distilled exclusively for Alan Jackson, 91 proof.
91 proof.
91 proof.
It's not bad. It's not the worst we've had. Now, we're going to address this as well. Ladies and gentlemen, you may not be able to see it from here due to the fact that we're currently being blocked by our cans. Ladies and gentlemen, to further incentivize you to obtain our drink, wow, I'm fucking stupid, our merch, we officially have shirts. Our buddy Alex shoveled up the dough and got us our very first shirts for the show.
You know, let's show these off.
Let's show them off. Some nice B-roll-free shirts.
There's the fucking B-roll again.
There's a fucking B-roll, I guess. Check it out. We got the Illuminati, and then on the back, amongst the collar of the back there. Yeah, show them the back side. There you go. Yeah, you can't see it. You can't see it really. It says the 5 o'clock reboot right on the back, in our typical text, which is awesome. I mean, the shirts came out. The shirts came out better than I thought they would, and then I was so graciously given pleased as beans to finally have this in my ownership. I'm very happy.
I mean, I'm very happy as well. I mean, I've been craving one of these shirts so bad, and I finally got the excuse to get one.
Right. So whenever we make these shirts, like it's always in the back of my mind, like I need to get this shirt. I need to. I have other things that I'm trying to buy.
He just got an idea.
No, this is an idea that I had earlier today that I'm going to be enacting upon. So we need to get that started. Because we're starting to talk already. Silverbelly.
Oh, yes, sorry.
We're going to start on that.
Okay. So if you take the peelies, can I have the cork?
You can have both if you want.
Oh no, you need the peelies. You're better with the peelies than I am.
Start with peelies.
Gotta get the best peelies. It's got a dog ear top. This thing is sealed to the nines.
And it's got perforation.
Damn, son.
Undressed like a lady. Like a lady.
Dude, that's a lady. That's a lady who's ready right there.
Now, I only have one gripe about the bottle. I talked about it. I talked about it whenever we first. Where did that go? There it is. I talked about it whenever you first showed me the bottle. This is now the third celebrity drink that uses the same exact bottle. I have no issues with the fact that they're using the same bottle, but I am a little annoyed that it's all the celebrity drinks that use the same bottling. I'm assuming it's the same bottling company, but they use the same exact bottle.
It's the same mold.
Yeah, Dwayne Johnson and Kenny Chesney both use the same exact style model.
Yeah, like it's the same like style. I think this one's a little fatter and a little shorter than Kenny Chesney's. I think this is the same one as Dwayne Johnson. I don't know why, but I just keep feeling like Blue Chair Bay's taller, but it's thinner. But it's the same like curvature.
Yeah, it's the same sort of model, basically.
But if you notice on the dog ear, it's Alan Jackson's signature.
I'm gonna get that tattooed on my forehead.
Dude, I dead ass when I get this shit tattooed on my forehead. He gave a phenomenal show.
We have that to talk about.
Yes,
as well.
we do. All right, so I'm not twisting this. I am preserving that. Damn it. Come hell or high water.
Well, while you do that, talk about the concert a little bit, man.
The concert a little bit? Oh my god, dude. It was an amazing show. So we get there, you know, and okay, I have a pet peeve that I'm going to bring up right now. All right? I want you all to know that I'm pissed. Oh,
as long as it preserved most of the label, you'll be all right.
Yeah. But I'm a little pissed, right? Because there's some country songs that's coming out now. I'm not a big, like, today country kind of guy. You know, like, there's some people that I like, but not too many. You know, because, like, I feel like it's getting away from the genre.
It's not country anymore.
It's not country anymore. And there's some people who have decided to make songs, right, that are other songs.
No, you better not.
I'm not about to. I was just twisting.
Okay.
Make songs that are other songs, like Scotty McCreery, which I understand that the song's not about this, but he just takes a shit ton of George Strait songs and puts them in as his lyrics, right?
That's really annoying.
The song starts out with, "Nobody in his right mind would have left her." And I was like, oh my god, this guy's about to do a ballin' cover of this song, you know? I was like, he's gonna, you know, add a little bit of flair to it. And then he says, "That was her favorite song." And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I was so angry.
That strikes me as they're running out of ways to make music.
Yeah, well, so there's that, and I heard one today that Cole Swindell did. You know that song? Heads Carolina, tails California, somewhere greener. That one?
I think so, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
well, it's about, the guy's singing about a girl who knows a lot of her songs and does them, right? But he takes a lot of that woman's lyrics and puts them in his songs. And I'm like, that just feels like thievery to me.
That's plagiarism.
It is, 100%. But anyway, that irks me. Well, the guy that was, you know, that opened for Alan Jackson, he was very good, right? You could tell he was trying really hard, but he did a very good job, put on a very good show. But my issue is that the last thing he was like, we do a lot of covers. He said, but we have one song that is just exclusively song titles. He just strung a shit ton of song titles together to make a song. There's not one original word in that song. And he was tickled pink about it. I'm like, that is very artistic, but like Icarus, you flew too close to the sun. You were so focused on the fact that you could that you didn't stop to think whether or not you should. You know,
that's something that bothers me. Like I love covers. I love covers.
Me too.
As long as they're done right, like I love them. But whenever you add it into your music and you don't capitalize on using an original concept, so like basically, I will say that. What song is it? I don't know if it's Fallout. Is it Fallout Boy? They use Tom's Diner.
Yeah.
Which is, it worked. It's fine. It's good. But then you have songs like that where it's literally just titles of songs.
Right, which the premise behind it, after he told the story, like, it kind of made it a little bit more okay. I was still not very happy with it, but, like, it kind of made it okay. Like, the crowd loved it, which is really the important thing. But it was like, these are a whole bunch of songs that get requested. And that's what this guy does. Like, he plays the bars, plays the honky-tonks. Fun fact, Alan Jackson actually owns a bar in Nashville. You want to know who he picks to open for him?
Mm-hmm.
People that play at his bar.
Really?
In Nashville, he'll take some group that plays at his bar a lot, and he'll say, You gonna go on the road? What a fucking beast. Okay.
So what you're saying is we need to move to Nashville, base our podcast out of Nashville, make a band, play at his bar, and then eventually ride his tailcoat to fame and success.
Here's the issue. This tour that he went on, this last tour that I went to, last call, one for the road.
Oh.
He's getting up there.
Damn.
That was the name of the tour, last call, one for the road. Man.
Shit.
But anyway, without further ado,
Crisp.
that was very crisp. And look at that cork. I may have to, you know, fuck it. I'm so sorry. Fuck it. This is going in my wallet. Do you want one?
No, just keep it on there.
I'll keep both of them.
Okay.
Take the cork. Smell the cork.
Wow.
I just smacked my mic. I'm so sorry.
Oh my god.
I just smacked that shit.
You can smell the barrel, but it also, for some reason, has like a sweeter smell to it. If that makes any sense. Like, that sounds really weird, but it smells like cigarettes.
Oh my fuck. Give that thing over.
It's like you smell the barrel, but then you get like hints of cigarette. Which is like a weird thing. Like, I don't like the smell of cigarettes, but I do.
I know what you're saying. Oh my god, this is gonna kill us, dude.
Probably. I'm not looking forward to First One's Free. Make sure you actually pour a proper First One's Free, please.
Yeah, these are double shot.
Yeah.
So I need to pour half.
A third. A third is actually a shot. I did the measurement.
Just wanted to do that shit again.
It's amazing.
Maybe that's why they picked this bottle. Do you think that the people who were like, whenever they're designing bottles, they were like, all right, let's get the corks that we're going to use? And they're like, no. I'm like, oh man, why can't we find, why can't we find the one? Why can't we find the... And then angels sang.
Angels' pussies sang.
Yeah, the angels spread their legs and fucking, you know, I don't know how angels sing. I assume it would be beautiful, but what if it's not? Anyway, without further ado, we're like 20 minutes into this episode. This is fucking great.
We're going for it today.
Whiskey, Nancy, whiskey, Nancy, oh. I am a weaver called. I'm so sorry.
Oh, God.
I'm so sorry. That's a little under half.
I mean, it's under half, but
it's more than a third.
These cups are more than like 2 shots. That's why I said a third, but we'll run with it.
You know what? Fuck it.
I never get excited for the whiskey First One's Free.
How about this? You take this one.
I'm pretty sure they're the same, aren't they? They're the same.
How in the name of sweet Jesus did I do that?
When it smells amazing, it smells like a whiskey. I'm slowly regaining an appreciation for whiskey, as we've known. But I'm currently at a point where, as much as I love drinking, whiskey is definitely still not on my top tier list of things that I want to say that I enjoy.
You're gonna have so many cuts on my audio. I've smacked this thing no less than 6 times.
I'm gonna leave it all in. Raw and wiggly.
And let's get a good sniff of the actual liquor.
It smells amazing. Like it smells like a proper whiskey should. You smell the barrel. See that like, we keep on talking about this, and it's probably getting fucking annoying for you guys. But we keep talking about like we're learning all there is to know about alcohol, and it's through trial and error. Which is, I mean, that's basically how most people learn about their alcohols. They just start trying, because there's people who can pick out notes and shit, and I'm just like, this just tastes like alcohol to me.
It's like, this is whiskey. I think we're talking to delay it because it's 91 proof.
Delaying the inevitable. First one's free.
First one's free.
That one hit different. Oh. God, that one hit my stomach like a cannon, man.
Which you probably just shot it straight down, didn't you?
Yeah. Well, no, I let it sit for a second until I could get the flavor in.
I took...
Oh, there's the burn.
Yeah, the burn's slow, but it's not unbearable.
It's not unbearable, it's not bad, but like, that's still a whiskey.
Yeah.
All right, first drink.
Damn. I gotta say, though, like, get you a little...
Like, it's not bad.
Like, it's got a really good flavor.
Like, it's not a bad whiskey, it's just that it's still a whiskey. That's my only issue, is that it's a whiskey. Because, like, even for a whiskey, it's not bad. We've had some really bad ones.
We've had some really rough ones, too. Like, I guess it's because I can't shoot worth a damn. Because, like, I took that in 2 swallows.
Oh, no, I took the whole thing.
Like, I swallowed half, and then, like, the other part sat, and I'm like... Got it down. You know? I'm very pleased with this.
I'll say I'm still not a huge fan, but I am willing to change my mind.
I know you're not a whiskey guy.
Based on how these go, I am willing to change my mind. And I'm gonna pick something.
Can you all find the cup that the ball was in? I'm sorry.
The cup that the ball was in. Those burps are very pleasant, actually.
That burp's not even bad. Usually when I burp a whiskey, like even if it's a good whiskey, I'm like, ew, I didn't like that. But this just carried the flavor. It didn't bring none of the like.
How long is this aged in the barrel? Did it say?
2 years.
2 whole years? That's not very long.
That's not long at all. Like
and
for this to,
and it still came out to be a 91 proof.
Yep, for this flavor, for it to have this flavor, and only be aged 2 years.
Wow. Now, I did talk about this, but I mean, I did know somebody who actually worked with people on this. It's crazy how small this world gets. And funny story, they actually were talking to me about this today at work.
Really? Oh, yes.
Yeah. So they know that I have a podcast, right? So we were like talking about it, and they were like, "Did you try the Silverbelly yet?" I said, "No, because it's work in progress." Just put me on there. Cease.
That's what I was working on.
Close enough.
Yeah, I've just went ahead and accepted the fate that it's probably going to be halves. I'm sorry.
God. We're gonna die.
Are you sure this isn't like a quad shot or something?
Probably. Gorgeous.
Oh my Jesus.
Gorgeous.
That is a beautiful drink, and I love the fizz like that just popped. That was popping out like
It's just amber.
that was a good amount of whiskey. I have to say. I'm sorry. Hold on.
Now I will say as well, guys, we talked about that. We were talking about the Silverbelly at work. So I was like, we haven't tried it yet. I need to try it eventually. I'm gonna find out what it's like. And sure enough, here we are today.
And
I'm not gonna be very happy about my answer.
he didn't know like that this was what we got. I just told him that whenever I got here.
It'd be crazy if you got it at the same exact time that we were talking about it.
What time were y'all talking about it?
Either during lunch or sometime before that.
When's your lunch?
It's like 6 o'clock.
Nah, it's before that.
interesting flavor. But not only did you go to a concert, but I also went to a concert. Now, those of you guys who do not know about me, I had a very interesting childhood growing up. I went to go see my childhood artist, Aurelio Voltaire. Wow, Aurelio Voltaire.
Yes, sir.
Voltaire has been one of my favorite artists from my childhood ever, basically. Are you hearing that too?
No.
The little clicks behind us?
Yeah.
They're demons.
It's the void.
It's the fucking void sounding off again.
Get out here.
But I went to go see him in concert. Always love seeing him in concert. He's one of my favorite people. We go to the same venue every single time. It's my second time seeing him, actually. And this time, I had a bit of money, so I decided to splurge a little bit. I got myself a signed poster by Voltaire. Even wrote me a little love letter on there. I told him, thank you for giving me such a great childhood. He said, you're welcome, son. I said, thanks, Dad.
That's awesome, dude.
Simply phenomenal. Now, not only that happened that day, but also, I've told everyone and their uncle about it. I didn't post it in the Discord, however. Runsaka, the official short film, officially came out. I am pleased as beans.
Dude, I actually watched it today. Well, I watched a good chunk of it today.
I've watched it like 10 times already.
I was actually showing Madison.
It is so good.
I keep forgetting and saying her name. That is what it is.
But it is probably my favorite thing that I've participated in by far. There was so much work put into it. We actually had a whole crew. We had everything. I worked with them day in and day out whenever he needed help. It fucks my sleep schedule, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm gonna be wide awake until like 4 o'clock a.m.
Holy shit, dude.
Yeah, it's been bad. But simply put, probably one of the best things on YouTube. I'm not gonna lie to you. And here's the thing, though. This was Skeleton Crew. My brother, who was on the podcast, he was chief, he was cameraman, he was sound, he was VFX, he was editor. He did literally everything himself. That whole thing was done by him and by him alone.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, that's why, like, there's so many people in this world that would absolutely kill to have a man like him under their belt.
Absolutely.
They would slaughter innocents to get to a man like him. He does it all. There's no one in this world that I've ever met that has more drive and more ability than him.
Dude, yeah, no, like that. I thought y'all had more people on that. I'm not even kidding.
No, the only extra people were the people who were acting. That is it. We were just actors. He does everything. He did all the editing. He did the sounds. He did the VFX. Literally everything was done by him. The only thing that was like done by someone else was the makeup and stuff like that, because he doesn't know how to do that. That is all that he did not do. So the acting was done by us. The makeup was done by one of the people who's actually in the film as well. Other than that, he did everything else. He put together a shot list. He ran the whole thing. He directed it. He put it together. I added in some of my own vocals and stuff like that, and that's about it. But beyond that, like, he did everything, and it came out the way that it did. Simply put, best film on YouTube right now.
I agree. Genuinely.
And I've seen a lot of short films on there, but nothing in my opinion comes close to it than that. This outshines all of his previous work that he's done, and he's done a lot of cool stuff. But man, it is just one of my favorite things right now. I've like I said, I watched it like 10 times already.
Man, that is he is amazing. Like, genuinely.
I've told him this 1,000 times. Like, he's probably one of the thing that he's looking at right now. He is overqualified for.
Really? What's he? Never mind.
Yeah, we can't really discuss it. But the thing that he's planning on doing right now, he is heavily and 120%. He is overqualified to be doing it. What he's doing. I've told him like he doesn't need to do it because he's got abilities that no one else has. I'm not gonna lie, I've seen his competition that he won the competition, by the way, as well.
Oh, obviously.
So this is gonna be the film Ronsaka will be on Roku TV.
It'll be on Roku TV.
It'll be on Roku TV, seen by people. Yeah.
That's you. That's y'all, dude. That is so cool, dude. Congratulations on y'all.
I told him, I was like, there's no way. Like, I don't want to sound like a dick, but like I've seen his competition and they were not that great. I'm not saying like they were terrible or they should go do something else with their life, but if he didn't win, I would have said that the whole thing would have been rigged. Because, like I said, compared to everyone else and what he's done, nothing even comes close to shedding a light to it. Probably one of the best cinematographers of his time, as of right now. A man who learned everything by himself. He's 100. Here's the thing: he knows how to play guitar. He knows how to make music. He knew how to skateboard. If he wants to learn something, he will learn it.
Just does it.
He just does it. And he will keep doing it until he becomes decent or good or great at it. And this is one of those things that he is great at it.
I could kiss him on the mouth, dude.
Dude, I was so fucking ecstatic. And there's more stuff that we're going to be working on, too. We already got another project in the works.
Really?
Yes. So the main plan that we're wanting to do right now, the Callisto Protocol is a video game that's coming out. It's the same people who made Dead Space.
Yeah.
We were talking about that, and we're talking about the Dead Space remake and all that other stuff. We desperately want to make a sci-fi horror film.
Oh, dude, y'all could do it.
Oh, yeah. All this stuff that we did for the film was filmed on one location. One place. And a lot of people ask me about that, like, how many places did you locate? Like, we filmed it at one place.
Damn, dude. You talking?
Yeah.
All that was at one place?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I love this I loved this shoot so much. Because there was so much that we got to do in 3 days. Allow me to preface this. We had a schedule for 3 days. We finished all the shoots, all those scenes in 3 days. Granted, there's a lot of stuff on the cutting room floor. But I won't discuss too far into the film. You have to go see it. I'm going to put it in the description. I'm going to give the whole thing here. But there's a scene where I'm in front of the house, right? And I'm wearing a hat, and I look like I'm wearing a full head of hair. That was filmed the last day. Day 3 of filming.
Really?
And in case you didn't see, like, towards the end of it, I'm shaved all the way around.
Yeah.
That was filmed day 1. That's how much work we put into this.
Dude, it's...
And I wasn't wearing a wig or nothing. That was my hair. We just put my hat on and kind of moved everything around to make it look like I had a full head of hair.
Dude, that's awesome. I gotta say, like, after talking to a couple people who have done things like this, you know, on different scales, there are things that I never thought about when they make movies or make films and things like that. Apparently, did you know that in a lot of those movies, how like they're like where there's scenes filmed like where people coming in and stuff like that, like people having interactions in like a ballroom or something like that. Well, they may shoot those scenes like in the ballroom and stuff, and then go and like film other stuff, but then they'll have to come back to that ballroom to like film them walking into the ballroom or something because decisions are made late. Like.
Yeah, whenever we did some shooting for that, a lot of those scenes were filmed heavily out of order. Like you would have thought that we should have filmed the scene where I'm standing in front of the house where I should have all of my hair, and we should have filmed that first day. No, we filmed Act 3, Act 2 in the same day, We did a little bit more into those on day 2, and then on day 3 we finished Act 1 and Act 1.2, 2.1. And we did all of that in 3 whole days. Now, one of the guys who works with us, his name's Yuri. He's in the credits. He's fucking amazing. He was Thor in this film.
Right.
And I must say, no one could have looked better than he did. He looked amazing.
Dude, like,
full kit.
Genuinely, like, dude looked like, I mean, he looked like, at first I was like, oh, this dude's kind of skinny. And then, like, he stood up and was, like, moving and shit. Like, whenever he was hammering, you know?
Boys ripped.
Like, dude, like, he may be little, but everything he's got on him is muscle.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
He's
like,
he was a stout dude, and he doesn't stand much taller than I do. He's shorter than I am, but he was built like a Tonka truck, man. I looked at him. The first thing I said, I was like, I want to look like you whenever I grow up. Because he was stout, man. He looked amazing, and in full kit, he looked fantastic. Also, that hammer, Jason built that.
He built that hammer.
He built the hammer from scratch. Yeah. That I cannot sing his praises enough.
How long has Jason been working on this behind the scenes?
He probably spent about a week, 2, maybe up to a month or 2, just working on it. Because here's the thing, he did it for a college project. So they gave him the assignment, and he immediately goes to work. All the paperwork and everything like that, he has to do by hand. He has to find the location, the shoot location, get permission, get the paperwork signed for all that, get all this stuff done for that. Work on props, work on the scene, work on the script, work on everything. He has to do all of this by himself. The fact that he did what he did, in this scenario, he didn't have to do what he did.
No.
Man,
if he was just wanting to grade, he could have just
fucked off and did whatever.
Exactly, but he cares about the craft.
But that's what I'm saying. I've seen this competition, and they turned in something, but he turned in a project. That is what blows my fucking mind, because I've seen what they do. I've seen how they work. He puts in the time, the effort, and he does everything by himself. I'm trying not to talk shit right now, but most of the stuff, it just seemed like it was minimal effort. Like it was just good enough. Like they finished and they were like, okay, great, send it in.
Yeah, they were probably like, oh, the deadline's coming up, I haven't had time to work on it.
Yeah.
But Jason was like, no, this is what, like, the other things that Jason had to do were like, I don't have time to work on that because I'm working on this.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, the fact that he turned in what he turned in was just fucking awesome. I mean, I stayed up late with him working on it. Just to I gave my own input on like what he needs to fix and take out, put in, things like that. And I mean, it was just, the project was awesome. I could not sing its praises enough. I need to catch up with you,
dude. I like, for real, I'm like that is awesome. I can't get over that. Like, I remember how excited you were that this project was coming up, and how excited you were that you were going to be working on this project. But seeing the end result, I was like, wow.
Oh man, everyone was shocked. Because I talked about it. I was like, hey, I'm going to be in this short film. Go check it out. Go look at it. Go look at it. Go whatever. And people were just like, oh, well, okay. Well, I guess it's just going to be some like rinky-dink short film. No.
It is not a rinky-dink short film.
They saw what it was. They were astounded.
I was like, dude, I'm not going to lie. And I'm very sorry that it took me till this morning to watch it. But I mean, you know, we've both been working a lot. But when I was watching it today, I was like, this looks like something that like I would see in a theater.
It looked professional.
Like,
and like that's not even the brother talking. Like I will rip his shit apart on any of the projects that he did.
Dude, I'm so, like, I'm not even kidding to you guys, but I'm saying I would have seen that in a theater. Like that was phenomenal.
It was professional grade in my personal opinion. Now, like, there was some small hiccups now and then, things that you'll never see, but even some things that sneaked through that I noticed. There's nothing you can really do about it. It is what it is. But I mean, I proof watched it 1,000 times. I fixed things in and out because he didn't have anyone else to watch it, right? And so whenever we started doing everything, he would sit me down on Discord, and I would watch it over and over and over again just to see like what is part of the whole dealio and what's going on with it. But whenever it finally came time to being like, hey, this thing's almost done, man, I was like, okay, fuck yeah. So what's gonna happen now? He's like, well, I'm gonna have you proof watch it, just check and make sure that everything works good. There's a lot of audio balances that need to happen. His music was usually too loud. I don't know why he did that. But there's a lot of masking that needed to happen. We filmed at probably one of the worst days to possibly film. Well, the worst. So the location that we went to, it used to be like a beautiful area, right? But then some beavers moved in, nationally protected, on the border of a fucking national park or whatever. So they built dams, raised the water level. This was the hottest day that we could have filmed. We're talking the temperatures reached in the area around upwards of 118 degrees. And that's not even a joke. Like, that was an actual thing that we measured with the thermometer outside. 118 degrees.
Yeah, no, you can't trust like the Weather Channel apps and shit like that.
Yeah.
Because they'll be like, this is generally what it is. It's like, well, the sun shines hotter on some places here than it does others.
Oh yeah. So it was just hot. It was muggy. They had all this water, so the humidity was through the fucking roof. And we were just miserable the whole time. Like, we hated it. Like, I was full medic team. I was running up back to the house, and I was getting ice packs and things like that, and running it down to them, and just being like, look, you guys need to fucking douse yourselves in water and ice cubes and shit like that to keep your body temperature regulated. Put in your armpits, put in your neck, put in your balls, keep as cool as possible. Those are the three areas that generate the most heat, by the way. Your neck, your armpits, and your balls. Your groin.
This is just the area down here.
Yeah. Well, because I mean, it's also the same for girls too. That's a main area of heat output.
Fun fact: I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, that's why the testicles are actually in like, as far as evolutionary, whatever the fuck. The reason why the testicles actually hang outside of the body is because if they were inside the body, that like high temperature, like especially because like moving around and stuff, make it more difficult, and the sperm wouldn't live as long. Like it'd be harder on sperm. I guess manufacturing, creating. Sorry, I think of the balls as like a little factory.
It's a
little like
baby factory.
It's a little fucking. What it is? It's a little boot camp, little naval boot camp down there.
Boot camp.
You know, they're spitting out all that semen.
Little swimmers.
But anyway, you know, pretty sure that's why they're like in the balls, so like it helps with the production of sperm, like that hang outside the body.
But
go ahead, sorry.
Just I couldn't be more proud. When he graduated college,
he graduated.
He got a degree.
This graduated him.
And well, it was the last assignment, but he finished that, and her grandfather cried.
I'm about to cry.
Dude, let me
you
tell
motherfucker.
something. This man is stoic as fuck. I've never seen him in any way, shape, or form. I've never seen him cry. I've never seen him do anything. I still haven't seen him cry because I didn't get to go with them because I was working. But he graduated, and I mean this. Jason's been in the military. Grandfather's been in the military. So they're pretty stoic. They're not very emotional people.
Right.
And I have never to this day seen my grandfather be anything other than what he is as my grandfather. But he cried whenever he graduated. Because in truth, like if anything happened well, not to get all nasty and sappy, we grew up without dads our whole life. Me and my older brother, we never had a dad. Well, technically we've had father figures, but hey, look, where are they at? but we never had a father of our own to teach us to shave, drive, all that stuff that a father is obligated to do as a man. We never had that. But we had him, our grandfather. Well, I could say his name's Mick. We call him Mick. He doesn't want to be called Grandpa or anything like that. His name is Mick. But he's the man who took us in and took care of us. He's not a biological by any means. Our biological grandfather, I don't know what the fuck he is. I think he's dead, actually. Maybe, I don't know. But he took us in and took us in as his own. And he's always cared for us. Now, of course, we've always pissed him off, too, because, that's how we are. He's always been stoic, and he's very close-minded about the way that he wants to express his emotions, and he's very, very soft. And he's soft when he needs to be, but he's firm when he needs to be, and I love that about him. So whenever they sent me the message that he cried, I was like, fuck. This was a pivotal moment for him. Because he got to see the boy that he raised finally grow up and be a man. Someone that holds a piece of paper that probably holds more value than he thinks it will. To finally walk across the stage and be given a piece of paper. I think that was his proudest moment of being a grandfather. That was probably the coolest message I've ever gotten, is the fact that our grandfather... Now, preface this, to say that he's stoic is to put it mildly. Like, I've never seen him have any other... I made him mad once.
Really?
I've pissed him off once, and I made him really fucking mad. I was just a kid then. I was just being a brat, just annoying as can be. And he was mad. He got mad. Then that was the only time I've ever seen any emotion other than what Mick typically is. But oh man, just seeing, just being able to understand that he became vulnerable. Because we have a cousin who's his godson, and he was like, his world revolved around him. He stopped smoking cigars because of him.
Really?
Yeah. He used to smoke cigars all the time, and our cousin was crying. And he's like, "What's wrong?" He's like, "I don't want you to die." Because smoking cigars can cause cancer. And he put it down.
Just quit.
Cold turkey, and he never picked it back up again.
I don't know what it is about papaws, but they can do that.
Well, see, here's the thing. Fuck what you think about what you think a dad should be. Fuck what you think what your imagination of what a father should be. He was the epitome of my father.
Yeah.
He is my dad in my eyes. Same as my grandmother. Like I will fight and die for my biological mother. I will fight and die for her any day of the week. I still hold the door open for her to this day, mainly because I was beaten into me as a child, but that's neither here nor there. But to this day, if anything happened to my mother, my grandparents would take the mantle. As they have. My grandmother, man, dude, you don't even have to ask me. If something was going on and I needed to fight someone for my grandparents, I would do it. I will go to jail for them. Hands down, not a single argument made. My grandmother raised us, basically. Me and my brother practically raised ourselves because our mother always worked. So she was constantly busy. She was a hard-working woman. And she acknowledged that later on in life, that she was never really there for us. Sorry, let me finish this real quick.
No, you're good, bro.
But she never really, she realized this later on that, like, she told me, she's like, I was never the mother that you needed me to be. But she was trying to put bread on the table. That's the thing. It's like she always talks about, oh well, I couldn't do this, I couldn't do that, yada yada. We've never been to Disney World until a year or two ago.
Right.
That was the first time we've ever been. Granted, it's more fun as an adult because you can drink and you can do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, no, I've still not been, and I'm looking to go.
I would love to go on a vacation with you to Disney. I would love to. Straight up.
Dude.
Let's plan this. Straight up. I'm not even fucking
Dude,
kidding.
boys trip. 5 o'clock trip. 5 o'clock trip. We film the whole fucking thing.
Fuck yeah. Because I am desperate to go back. But here's the thing. What I want to do is going to be expensive. It's going to be very expensive. I want to stay there. I want to stay on park. I want to stay at the Star Wars hotel. I need this. You can stay at whatever hotel you want. I need to stay at the Star Wars hotel. I can't rest. I can't rest in peace until I fucking stay there. It's a whole experience. It's a whole thing. I can't do it. I need to stay at this hotel. So we can plan this. We can start planning this tonight, even. Oh fuck. I'll set my next drink up whenever I'm done here. I'll down the rest of this.
That'll do me.
But
And I'll pour more in yours.
yeah, the initial plan was to you know, she's finally, well, I can't say she's finally, she's understood that she made mistakes. She didn't fail us as a mother, as she says that she has. She says it all the time. She didn't fail us because I'm still alive. I'm still breathing. There's times whenever we've been hungry. There's times whenever we've worried about where we're going to live. But she's always been there, and she always worked hard for us. Never once have I ever had to worry about where my clothes are going to come from or when my next meal is going to be. Because eventually she would have something for us. And she finally took that mantle, and she understood and respected that. She said, you know, I didn't get to become the mother that I wanted to be, but I was the mother that I had to be at the time. It's great, because she did what she could for people who had a rough time and didn't. We weren't privileged growing up. You know, we constantly, even now, we live in poverty. My mother, this whole living situation is to attest to that. I lost my living situation. My brother lost his living situation. We had to move in together. Fuck it. Leave it as is. Leave it as is. Don't worry about it. Give me that. No, give it to me. Or are you gonna match it? Match it, because I'll keep it as is. I never sit here and boo-hoo about my life and what I've been given, because I'm happy about it.
Right.
Because we've got kids nowadays who have been given the fucking world. They were given the world on a silver platter.
Yeah.
And my mother gave me what she could give me on a plate of mud. And I would not change that for the world. We've already talked about this, right? If I could go back in time, what would I change? I would change not a single thing. Because I am the person who I am today because of that.
Exactly. I was about to say, dude, you are a phenomenal human being. Like, you,
Don't lie to me.
I'm not lying to you. You do what you say you're going to do. You've never been like, oh, I'm going to do this and then not do it. You know what I mean? Like, you're a genuine human being. You've never you've not blown smoke up my ass. You know what I mean? Like, if any,
A few days.
well, if anything, this show is a testament to that. Because, like, we were talking about it. We were like, hey, yeah, no, we're thinking about doing a podcast. And you're like, okay, what about this idea? I like that idea. And I was like, you know what? I'll fucking match the energy. And then here we are, months later, with a set.
Practically 6 months. Oh, we're working on almost a year, by the way.
I know, dude, I know.
We're quickly approaching a year of this. I don't know. I always talk about it, and I kind of want to send my mother this episode because I know that every bit makes her a little more happy whenever I talk about her in such a light. Because
Well, you should. And based on the way you've talked about her, like, I know that you've met, I know that how, you're like, things weren't always the way they needed to be, but, even though times were hard, and even though she may not have been what she thought that she should have been at the time, it sounds like she was what she needed to be.
she was what she needed to be. I was an awful child sometimes. I was the worst.
Dude, we've all been.
I made some horrible mistakes in my day, and to this day I do still think about the things that I did, And she being where she was and who she had to be was so huge to me. You know, like I said, I am the person that I am today because of my mother who taught me. And whenever people, you know, talk about their moms, and there's some people out there who should not have become parents. And you know, it was one of those things that, like, I get mad because my mother couldn't be the mother that she wanted to be at the time because she was so limited. This woman has a bachelor's degree in culinary and hospitality. She's got a college degree. Now, at the time, she doesn't use it because there wasn't a whole lot of money. There's a lot of stress involved. She could never spend time with her kids. I mean, do you remember Black Bear Jamboree?
Yes.
She was one of the chefs that worked there.
Shit. I never went, but like I remember seeing the little bear that was outside. It's where Hatfield McCoy is now.
Yes.
Like I remember seeing that bear like on the outside of that building and being like, man, that's really cool.
She does that. She did that. She worked at this restaurant that was in Gatlinburg. I mean, she can. Well, if I send this to you, I do apologize in advance. She will burn every single cookie you can possibly think of. Anything. She can burn water, but she has been able to make gourmet meals like it's nothing. To this day, if you were to tell her to make some sort of crazy left field dish, I guarantee you she could do it. She may be out of practice, but she could do it. And I know she could. Right now, she works as a thing for this cryo freezing company thing where it's like cryotherapy.
Oh.
Don't ever fucking don't do it. It is.
Have you done
so
it?
uncomfy.
Oh, I take that as a you've done it.
Yeah. So it's something that works because it puts your body into like survival mode because it literally freezes your body. So they use liquid nitrogen. They put you in a tank, and they basically fill it with liquid nitrogen gas. So it is like negative 20, 30 something degrees or something like that. I don't remember the exact number. It's been forever since I've done it. But it's negative, and it's freezing. And they keep you in there for like a minimal amount of time to where it won't cause damage to you.
Right.
But she's been doing that, and she loves it. It's a fantastic job for her. We all find our you know, our little niche in this world, and I think she found hers there. She loves it. Now, granted, like I said, she has, you know, a bachelor's in culinary and hospitality, so you'd be like, you know, why don't you use that? She hated it. My little brother does it. He used to work. He used to do culinary work as well.
You see, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he took culinary in school.
Huh.
And then there's me who took theater. Hi, how are you? I don't do any theater work.
I know you and I are fucking theater kids.
Yeah, that's probably the saddest thing is the fact that I've been doing theater for 13 years of my life, and I've never done anything like major grade besides being in one feature show, beating a man to death for $300.
That's something.
It's enough. It's about as much as we can take.
It's more than I've done.
Well, maybe more than you've done, but I mean, I don't see people banging down my door to try to get me to do my next project. Now, I'm planning on eventually probably trying to move out to make that into a reality, but it's just not in the cards right now. I'm really trying to catch up.
Well, you know, there's a lot of that what you're looking for down in Georgia, and there are more opportunities out in Knoxville.
That is true, and that's actually how I got my gig, was in Knoxville.
Fuck! I keep hitting this thing.
Well, I just hit the table, so.
Just bleep it all out, and all they see is. Would you hold your cup closer? Come a little closer, baby.
Come a little closer, baby.
Oh my G, oh my Lord, how are you feeling?
I'm climbing the mountaintop right now.
Dude, I'm climbing.
We're steadily climbing, ladies and gentlemen. I love how I've just been ranting about my family for the past how many minutes?
We're not gonna talk about it. But we don't concern ourselves with time here at the 5 o'clock. The only time, listen, it's 5 o'clock. That's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
Oh, I like that. I'm gonna keep
my
that.
family's been a pretty big, important part of my life, and I will any one of my family except for my biological father. I will fight to the death.
Before you drink that, I need to know, what did you think about the Silverbelly and Coke?
Not bad.
Not bad at all. Now we're actually drinking a Silverbelly and root beer. So we're gonna see how this goes.
That was. Take a sip there, buddy.
This does have, but to be fair, this only has about like maybe a half a shot more Silverbelly in it.
Take a sip.
Sláinte.
I can easily say that is an interesting flavor, but
It's not.
it's not awful.
It's not awful. It's not great.
It's not good, but it's not bad. I don't know what to think of this right now.
You know what it tastes like?
Mm.
Get you another sip. Breathe in. Breathe out. That's whorehound candy.
What?
Whorehound candy.
What is whorehound candy?
Have you never had whorehound candy?
I may have, but I need to get it.
It's like an old timey candy. It kind of tastes earthy.
I was thinking.
Like, it doesn't taste exactly like whorehound, but like it tastes like an old tastes like one of them candies that like a really old, some really old folks would be like, now I remember whenever I was younger I used to eat on this, you know?
Do you know what's really weird?
What?
It tastes like mint. Like think lifesavers, think spearmint.
Fuck you hard and fuck you fast for that.
That is so weird.
When you have that image in your mind, that is all you taste.
That is so weird.
Like, there was a sweetness to it. That sweetness is just gone. It's just fucking lifesavers mint now.
That is so crazy. I kind of don't hate it now.
I was gonna say, like, I kind of fuck with it. Like, I kind of fuck good with it.
That is weird. It even tastes like mint then. That is so weird.
Dude,
I'm kind of getting behind this.
I'm getting behind it a lot now. I'm kind of wondering whether or not I want to trade out my Coke for another root beer.
Well, let's finish off.
Let's finish off.
Coke.
Yeah, we'll do that. You know, yeah, there'll be plenty more of this to go around.
Yeah,
dude.
Exactly.
Oh my god. You're saying there's a potential that we may drink more of this drink.
There's a high potential.
That is saying something with this being a whiskey and for you to be that enthusiastic.
I am thoroughly enjoying this as a root beer. I'm kind of happy that I matched you in not going for Coke whiskey.
Yeah.
Double up on Coke whiskey and then ending it with a root beer. Because this is not unpleasant.
I'm actually finding more enjoyment as we are going on.
Oh yeah.
Like, and it sits good with you too. Like, it doesn't just go away.
That is so crazy. Man.
Damn. I'm loving this.
That is so crazy.
So, Derek, I gotta tell you something.
Mm.
I recently started getting into something. It's a game.
A game?
I haven't streamed it. Well, to be quite fair, it's because I barely played it and I didn't want to start streaming something that I didn't know if I'd stick with.
Yeah.
You ever heard of a game called Ark Survival?
Yes.
I love that game.
I wonder if that's cross-platform.
You wanna know what else about that game? That game can fuck right off. I love it. I love it so much that I hate it. I hate it that I love it. Like, I don't know what to say about it.
That game is very unforgiving.
It's very unforgiving. Not only is it unforgiving, it's cruel. It's cruel to you.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so let me tell you about...
Oh man, we are climbing.
Let me tell you about what happened to me. I'm going to tell you a good story.
Tell me a good story.
Okay, so... There's this man, his name was Hooney Lee.
Okay.
With an E-I-G-H on the Lee.
Okay. I'm guessing this is a player? Or is it an NPC?
It was me.
It was you.
That was his name. Now...
Bingo was his name,
learning how to play this game, I had my buddy Jesse over. Y'all know Jesse. You remember Jesse? Yeah. He's the good boy. But anyway. He's a good boy. But he was like, hey man, did you know that you can tame dinosaurs? And I said, are you kidding me? He said, no, I'm not kidding you. So I find this little Lizastus, whatever the fuck it is. It's one of them little dinosaurs that like roams around on all fours, and kind of like walks around like a massive salamander. And I was like, I'm going to tame one of these bitches. So I put berries in my final slot, tame the dinosaur, and she was a female. I named her Lizzie.
Oh no, I feel like I know where this is going.
Lizzie was so sweet. I loved Lizzie. I love Lizzie so much. Lizzie's so good. Like I end up like upping her damage and shit, and I'm like, if anybody comes around my house, they're gonna get straight fucked. Well, then I'm like, oh man, I learned how to make a Carbonimus saddle. The Carbonimus, the dinosaur turtle, the massive turtle dinosaur.
I've never played the game like through and through.
Long and short, it's a massive turtle that you can put a saddle on, and you can ride around on this turtle.
Yeah.
Well, I learned how to make that saddle, and I said, okay. So I'm like, how do I do this? He says, all right, well, you're gonna have to knock this bitch out. And I said, okay. So I get a club, and I start wailing on this turtle, which, by the way, is killing me. I kill the turtle, or I don't kill it. I knock out the turtle.
Knock it unconscious.
And I tame the turtle.
Whoa.
Right? Carbonimus, you want to know what her name was? Nemi.
Nemi.
I had such big plans. And I was like, okay, I have Lizzie and Nemi. I was going to get me another Carbonimus at some point, but not right away, because I wanted a Triceratops because they were hanging around my house.
Yeah.
I learned how to make tranquilizer arrows.
Nice.
So I'm like, okay, no problem. So I start firing off these trank arrows at this Triceratops, end up running out of tranquilizer arrows because I thought I would just need 2. I was wrong. This Triceratops starts wailing on me, right? So I'm like, oh shit, I'll just get in the water. NBD. So I get in the water where it's not really focusing on getting to me. Lizzie and Nemi said, hey, don't fuck with the man that feeds us. Started fighting this Triceratops.
Oh god.
You want to know what else this Triceratops was doing? Absolutely destroying the house that I built.
Oh my god.
Like, I got in the water, it was like, I can't get you, I can get your house. And this Triceratops also had a buddy that I wasn't even fucking with that decided to join in and help on the house destruction.
The renovation.
So, I see them working on my house, and I say, whoa! So I start running, like I get out into the water, like get near my house to go get this Triceratops' attention. Bitch runs into me and kills me, right? I'm laying there, dead, and as I'm dead, like there's like a little 3D camera, like, or not 3D, like it zooms out, third person.
Yeah.
You want to know what I see?
No.
I see Lizzie go flying across my screen. Like literally, I'm like, oh man, I died. Fuck. And then I see, woo, and I was like, no! Because Jesse had told me, he said, you're going to get attached to these dinosaurs, and I was like, I'm not going to get attached to somebody, to a creature in a video game that I've known.
It's a bunch of ones and zeros. I won't get attached.
That I've known for like 45 minutes. I got so attached. And this happened, like I had bonded with Lizzie. Every time I walked past her, I would pet her.
Yeah.
And she would be like, yeah. And I was like, I love you, Lizzie. And like I would walk by Nemi and I would just get in the saddle to go nowhere just so I could spend some time with Nemi. Right? And then just to see, phew, I respawn at my bed, and I'm like, oh fuck! And I get all my inventory back, and I'm like, where's Lizzie? Where's Nemi? I walk around for like 20 minutes whistling, because you can whistle to call your dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Whistling. None of them are coming, right? And I start going about my business. I'm like, I'm gonna have to get new friends. No! And I start walking around. I end up like building a whole little gardening operation. You know what I see in the water? It's Lizzie. Lizzie, laying there dead, just deader than a doornail. And it was like, Lizzie will decompose in X amount of time. I was like, oh. I never did find Nemi. I ended up getting so mad. Like, I ended up taming some other dinosaurs, but I ended up getting so mad that I scrapped that whole character. and made someone named Hugh Man, and he's doing okay right now.
I actually know a guy who used to play Ark Survival like legitimately. Like he was professional at it. And he played so often, but he ended up getting so attached to this character, or not this character, this dinosaur, that once it died, whatever it died to, he went on a hunt. He fought and killed every single time that he came across whatever killed that animal that he was taking care of. He killed it every single time. He made it his life's purpose to bring that creature into extinction. I was like, damn. Now there's a guy that I watch on YouTube who plays. His name's Wellen. I don't know if you've ever seen him. He usually plays Rust. That's like what he's known for. He'll play Ark Survival every now and then. He got some sort of creature that flies, and he built like a fortress on it. You can build on top of it. And he built a straight up just fucking fortress on top of this thing. Because the way that I see it is, it's kind of like Ark Survival is kind of like Rust in a way. I'm not sure how much the similarities play together, because like I said, I've never played either of them. I never touched them. But I kind of want to get into it. But a game like Rust is very much a dedication job. Like if you play Rust constantly, like you should be live streaming it. Because if you play Rust, you have to constantly keep up with your base. You have to keep on upkeep. You have to keep everything like that. You have to maintain your situation. Because if you don't, you lose everything. Your base will break down and all that stuff. I'm not sure how close that is to Ark. Ark is running parallels with that, but I love watching them play those games, because I'll watch like Markiplier and stuff like that. You know how it goes.
Yeah.
But I love watching them. Whenever he uploads, if he uploads anything, I'm always like the first thing to watch is that. He also played Sea of Thieves, which we need to get back into.
Agreed. I think next time I come over, I need to bring my Xbox, and that way the next morning we can record some for the gaming channel.
And then you can do it on my 75-inch 4K TV.
I would also like to get back to streaming Dark Souls at my house. I need to make that character.
I need to come over and help you work on that and make that to where it'll work, because that thing is so difficult to deal with if you don't know what you're doing with that, and I still barely even know what I'm doing with it.
This drink is so good.
It is stellar. It is so weird that it's spearminty, but it's not
is.
It's so weird. Man, there's so much stuff that I want to do. We do need to talk about going to Disney. That is like priority number one. I would love to fucking go to Disney, and I have always recommended that we drive there. The reason is,
100%. I've never flown.
I'll fly. Don't get me wrong, but Buc-ee's.
There's a Buc-ee's on the way.
There's multiple Buc-ee's on the way.
Buc-ee's.
You've never been to a Buc-ee's. I actually kind of want to go on a road trip to go to Buc-ee's.
Dude, I want to see one of them bussy beavers.
Actually, let me see how close the closest one is.
2.5 to 3 hours.
2.5 to 3
in
hours.
Crossville.
Because I would love to go to Buc-ee's sometime in the near future. There is one getting built nearby here, but
Yes.
let's see how close this guy is.
I was about to go to
An
one
hour
on
and
Thursday.
37 minutes.
Is that in Crossville?
It's Crossville. I don't know if it's open yet.
An hour and a half away?
An hour and a half away. I will absolutely take a road trip with you sometime to go to Buc-ee's. You need to experience Buc-ee's. It is probably, in my personal opinion, it is one of the best places to go for gas.
Genuinely? I gotta say, we need to make that a YouTube video or TikTok, whatever it is. We need to make road trips.
Yes.
Because,
Absolutely.
like, we can do stuff sober. Some people are sober at 5 o'clock, you know?
It's true.
Not for the reboot. The reboot's drinking. But 5 o'clock in general?
You can do whatever you want at 5 o'clock, baby.
Mhm.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Don't mean you gotta be for drinking. But now we do need to start making ideas for content in the future for, like, say, I don't know, the escape game idea that we had.
The escape game idea, skits.
Skits and things like that.
I've had an idea. I had an idea for skits.
Mm.
So, you know Drunk History?
Yeah.
What if we did some skits, but it's like a drunk style, right? Drunk
Yeah.
History style, but it's with famous last words and stuff like,
Famous.
or famous
If you want to
last.
see this on the 5 o'clock reboot, please tell us in the comments down below, or join the Discord and let us know personally, because none of you ever do that.
Well, the reason I say that is because there's a guy. All right, I can't remember the guy's first name, but he was going to be executed, right?
Yeah.
His name was something French, right?
Yep.
His last words on this earth were, look out, or something along the lines of, look out for the head. It's like, I wish I could see this headline, French fries. That was his name, something French, and he was getting executed. French fries.
Damn. Imagine. I want my last words to be something either stoic or historic. But something like, I hope that the headline reads, French fries is definitely not.
There was also a guy who was supposed to get something. I can't remember. It was in his last meal request, right? And he didn't get exactly what he wanted. And he was like, I got this. Or he was like, I didn't get my whatever, and I want the press to know this. Those were his last words. I didn't get whatever food item. I want the press to know this.
Good. I don't know about you, but I'm crispy.
I'm feeling very crispy as well. I would like to have that last drink.
I do
So
too.
we've already got them.
We do have it. It's there and it's ready from waiting for us.
It's ready for me.
But I am deathly afraid of what may come about that. I'll tell you what sounds good.
Are you that crispy?
I'm well crispy. I didn't eat,
I did.
so we're pretty zesty right now. I kind of want to go to Golden Corral. It's been a while since I've been to Golden Corral.
I could fuck up a Golden Corral right now.
It was a date spot that I used to go to all the time. So don't go to that very often. But I would fuck me up some Golden Corral right now, bro. Some all you can eat steak. Fuck me up. Wowza.
Dude, fucking take country roads, take me home. You know?
To the place I belong. Western Golden Corral. Mountain Corral. Take me home.
Mountain
Country
Corral.
Corral.
Yes.
I'm so sorry.
Almost Corral.
Almost Corral.
West Corral.
Golden Mama.
Golden.
God, man, that is wow. That is. We've only had like maybe 4 shots, maybe
We've not had hardly much, anything.
4 or 5 shots, I would say. Wowza. Well, if you want a drink that's gonna get you from point A to point B real quick, that's gonna be the one for you there, Jimmy.
Silverbelly.
Silverbelly will get you from point A to point B real quick. I'm trying to meditate myself so I don't get sick, because that'll be the roughest thing. I will shove this mic out of the way.
I wouldn't blame you if you did.
But man, it's I've kind of missed doing this. We straight up took like almost a whole week hiatus. I still haven't even gotten to finish the episode for this week. It's finished. Scratch that. It's finished. I just need to upload it. And then, of course, last episode had like an entire problem that I still can't fix. I don't know what's the problem. So like I cut it after we uploaded it, right? So
Yeah.
I went back into the project, I cut it, I got rid of it. And then I saved it again, I re-encoded it, and for some reason, it still kept the original cut. I don't know why.
That don't make no sense.
It makes 0 sense. I don't understand it at all. Are you good?
Yeah, dude, I'm good.
You sure about that?
Dude, yeah, no, legit, I'm good.
Okay.
Why?
You straight up look like you're zipping out, man.
Nah, bro, I'm good.
I'm so good right now.
No, dude, I promise. I said not, dude.
No, dude. No.
You know what the issue is?
What?
I may not look it, but me, right here, I'm a day of the night kind of guy.
Oh,
I hated that. Oh fuck! I should call her.
First off, if that's the noise that gets produced, I would seek medical.
I would never call her again.
I would seek medical attention ASAP, because that right there seems to me like a zonky donkey kind of gal.
Zonky donkey.
I've had some interesting characters cross my way. I've never had something quite like that, thankfully.
Fuck. I can't pour these shots for nothing.
It'll live. It'll live. I'll tell you something, man. I miss being out on this and doing this stuff.
Dude, same. Like, I didn't know what I was gonna do with myself last week.
Because there's something inconvenient about COVID. Whenever I got it, I was so agitated because I know for a fact that the second I get something along the lines of COVID, okay, there he is. There's something along the lines of getting COVID that's always just an inconvenience. Careful now, you might be.
Sorry, I was doing this so the camera could see what I did.
You finna make me act up there, homie. G.
Yeah, sorry. I'm so sorry.
But there's something that's so inconvenient about having to deal with it. I've had COVID twice now. Now I will say this is the first time that I've been as sick as I was, and I didn't have someone with me to help take care of me and to give me company. Because whenever you have COVID, you can't do stuff like that.
Right.
The last time I had COVID, I was with my girlfriend at the time. So we kind of just took care of each other and made the most of what we had. But I was locked in my room, just dealing with COVID. It got to a certain point where I was ready to fucking die. I was just so done. I was so over it. Because it wasn't the fact that I was dealing with COVID. It's the fact that I was having to deal with the heavy duty symptoms that started coming about. Because we already talked about, like, I was almost. I was experiencing some severe pains whenever I was trying to breathe, some respiratory issues.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't want to party with this, and I got really agitated. I just took a whole bunch of ibuprofen and just slept it off. I kept my humidifier running at all times, and we were going for it. Eventually, I got to a point where I was just like, fuck it. I binge watched Stranger Things.
Don't say anything because I'm actually working on it right now. I'm in season 2.
Season 2?
Season 2, episode
Crazy
5.
shit. I straight up binge watched the entire thing in 3 days. That was mainly because I wasn't watching it during the day. I started watching it when I was going down to bed, and that also fucked my sleep schedule.
Did that watching Stranger Things?
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, the show's not even that scary.
It's not scary, in my opinion. I've seen some scarier films and scarier shows. Like The Walking Dead scared me more than Stranger Things did.
Yeah, that shit used to creep me out whenever I was a kid. Like,
but it's so good. I won't talk about the show on here because, spoilers in general.
Thank you.
I do have a specific rule though. If it's out for more than a year, I feel like it's free reign to talk about because you have had ample time to go and watch it. Like, so later on today, I'm gonna go to see Love and Thunder. I'm gonna go see Thor.
Right.
Because I first off love Thor. Need to go see it. Second off, it's if I don't see it, I'm gonna see spoilers.
Yeah, like there is a certain point where like you gotta watch it, and you could talk about Stranger Things. It's just what I've learned about Stranger Things. It's like everything moves so fast that I probably wouldn't even understand what you were saying anyway.
I will say for the record, I fucking hate Will.
You hate Will?
character. I hate Will.
Why?
He's just, so there's no spoilers, obviously, like we just mentioned, but he just, as a character, I love the actor. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm sure the actor's a
Right.
cool dude, but as a character, I fucking hate him. Because after the first season, I will talk about first season because it has been out for how long has Stranger Things been a thing? I don't even remember. Okay, Google. How long? When did the first season of Stranger Things come out?
The air date of the first episode of Stranger Things was July 15th, 2016.
2016. So it's been out for a hot minute.
8 years.
You cannot be angry for me talking about this film, okay? Or the show, sorry. In the first one where he was put into the Upside Down, and he was trying to communicate with his mom through that whole thing.
Yes.
Like that, understandably, that is traumatic.
Yes.
You were literally trapped in a place where you can't eat, something's trying to kill you, and all this other shit. But after he comes back, during second season, third season, fourth season, he's just a fucking crybaby the whole time.
Fucking artiste, though.
But I mean, he is an artiste. Don't get me wrong. He's very artistic. But there's just something about the fact that he just it has to do a lot with season 4. There's just something about him that just rubs me the wrong way, and I get agitated.
Really?
Yeah, I just can't fucking deal with it. I hate him so much. Stuff happens in season 4 that I would just happily.
I'm on my way to it right now. Man,
Yeah, that shit's hitting me pretty hard.
I think it's the 10-hour work days that's been getting me, though.
Probably. So I think we're switching roles right now, where you're getting to a point where you're ready to pass out, and I'm still wide awake.
Well, now, I don't usually do this. Actually, I think this is the first time that I've done this. But I think I'm actually going to put a dip in on the pod.
Mm.
I can still drink, like, while I have a dip in. I just,
Yeah.
you know, gotta be careful about it. You know what the method is?
Mm.
Touch to your tongue. Go back. Swallow. And then get me a dip spit in you. Got it. But, guys, I am so sorry. Alan Jackson is singing me a lullaby.
Yeah, you're getting zonked, man.
I don't like this, dude.
This
Like,
is
I
what
feel
would
so bad because, like, you and I were talking, but, like, I know that I, like, passed out for a second while we were talking, and I know you saw it happen, too, because I was like...
Well, this is what happened the last time, where I was having my little spell of passing out on the pod. It's rough.
It is rough. I don't like it.
Yeah, because I mean, I dealt with that for the whole time with that, because I was just tired, man, and then I also didn't have my fan blowing on me as well, so. Welcome back.
Thank you. Sorry.
Go and pop yourself a dip there, buddy.
I think I will. Let me go find it. Alright, guys.
Story time.
Oh, no, I'm not going far. I'm gonna Batman away to wherever I put this shit.
Short
Yes.
story time.
Have you got a knife on you?
Always.
Before we do this, I'm gonna make... Do you mind if I use it on this can?
Go for it.
I'm gonna do something that I haven't done in a long time.
You be careful, there is rust on the blade.
Oh, I don't... I'm good. I'm gonna do something that I used to do every now and then whenever I would use a can.
I feel nervous about you doing that.
Let me get it on the table real quick.
I mean, I can do it for you. What do you need done to it? Yeah.
Here. And the reason you do that,
Here, let me do that. You're more drinks in than I am. Yeah, let me. So you want me to just basically remove that lip? Yeah. So what we'll do is we'll just take this guy. We'll do that there. We'll take these guys. Put them on in. And we'll take the flat side of the blade and we'll just simply crunch them on down. Because you are a little more drinks than I am, so I want you to make a permanent mistake. There you go. I can do it. It's always that drunken thought. I can do it. I'm ready. Yeah, that's the important part.
Which really means that we can handle another AEW if we really choose to.
Oh, you finish that one first, then you tell me that.
I will finish that.
You want to slow down when you're finishing.
Hold on a minute. I'm gonna give it a little bit of time. I'm gonna let you catch up, right? I'm not trying to rush nothing either. Shit just tastes so fucking good to me.
The mountain.
The A&W is phenomenal. Fuck.
We're. Hi. Glad to meet you. My name is Derek. I am the co-host of podcast 5 O'clock Reboot.
Dude, you know how I talked about us recording stuff for the gaming channel, Game Grump style, the following day?
Yeah.
We should have done Game Grump style stuff after we finished recording an episode. Just play for 2 hours. Just 2 hours.
This is zonky.
Dude, I'm not even kidding.
That'd be fun, actually.
You know? Actually, no, that's not a good idea because remember whenever I tried that? I don't know if you ever saw it, but the For Honor play that I did one night after we got done, I was just going through the tutorial and I was falling asleep in my chair. I was like, fucking. Actually, how about this? We do need to do some stuff like that. If there's a night this upcoming week that you want to come and like, you know, crash the house, because I've been up a little bit later anyway, because I usually stay up, you know, so Madison can go to bed. So I snore very bad, and it keeps her awake. So I let her go to bed first. You know what I mean? Like I'll wait for her to get to sleep before I go to bed. But that being said, I've been up late. You know what I mean?
I snore pretty bad too. It's a problem. My little brother also snores.
But what I mean is, I'm usually up past midnight.
Yeah. I mean, same.
I mean, I would hope so. It's usually when you get off. But what I'm saying is, what I'm saying is, if there's a night that you ain't got nothing going on the next day, like early in the morning, because I mean, I have to work at noon.
Yeah.
If there's a night that you wanted to come over and like record for a few hours,
maybe we make this into like an official thing, but like Tuesdays we record this, Thursdays we record at your place.
every month we do something for this to make it more official. Have you noticed that?
Yes, we do. See, that's what I love about because whenever you talk about doing something like an official project, we always talk about what we could do, what we should do, what we might do, what we want to do. And the thing that I love is that we do it. We never put it on the back burner. There's a lot of plans and a lot of upgrades that we're planning on making, and even now I want to make those upgrades.
We will do it.
We will do it eventually. And the great thing about that is that whenever we make those plans and start making this into more of an official thing, I've talked about it. Like the inspiration for this podcast was Cold Ones.
Yeah, which I've not seen much of.
They are probably the funniest dudes
I-
who just drink and get stupid and just do stupid shit. I love them. They're so great. And I want to kind of follow in their footsteps and do what they do. And they just do whatever they want to do. Granted, they have money.
Yeah, I was gonna say they got the money, which then again now they have the following with which they get more money.
Yes.
So like the stuff that they even do, they get reimbursed for.
Oh yeah. Because see, they have they have their own YouTube channels beforehand. The host of Cold Ones is Max Mofo, and anything for views. It's Max and Chad. Max has been doing YouTube for a while now. He's done different things like the milk challenge and things like that. And then eventually he made this podcast, and I mean, it's probably one of the funniest things that I've seen. And they've got a whole professional setup, and they have a whole crew and things like that. I want us to get eventually to that level where we pay someone else to edit our videos for us. So all we have to do is just film, which would be awesome. I mean, I'm sure that I could pay my brother to do it and be like, hey, would you like to be our official editor? And then you just edit the film and then you just upload it.
But then that would be, well, we're not. I mean, this may be shocking to you all. This really may be shocking, but we're not seeing anything from this.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're the most that we see out of it is the fact that people still love and enjoy what we do.
Yeah, like that we still do get, obviously we know when our episodes are watched, right? And for those of you who are still watching and everything, we appreciate you. We appreciate you very much. Like we've talked about it before. As long as y'all keep enjoying, as long as you guys enjoy this, we will keep doing it. Plain and simple.
Find it a point. You're the reason why we do it. We do what we want because we enjoy it, but we keep doing it because you enjoy it.
Yeah.
That's the whole point.
Like this is very much therapy for me and you, I know.
Yeah.
But
because it gives us time to talk about our week, which is so this obviously is apples and oranges. But there's a YouTuber who I watch. His name's Houston Jones. He's like the quote-unquote world's strongest bodybuilder, right? Recently, he broke his arm, right? And he talked about how that affected him physically, mentally, and stuff like that. And he talks about that it's very cathartic to go through. Now, obviously, I don't have a broken arm. I've never broken a bone in my body. I've banged myself up pretty bad, but I've never done anything that bad. But to be able to talk about the experiences that I've had, and some people have gone through the same thing, I like thinking that there's a possibility. I've even been talking about it, actually. Some of the terrible experiences that I've gone through that I've actually talked about here on the podcast. People have come to me and talked to me. They're like, yo, I went through the same exact thing. I like knowing that someone else dealt with the same exact experiences that I dealt with, and you dealt with it better than I did. That's the kind of thing that I love about doing about the podcast, is that we can do just about anything that we want to, talk about whatever we want to, do whatever we want to, and have it's our platform that we make for you. And oh god, we're about to get real fucking sappy. My brain immediately went into the sappy side of the file folders here. I always talk about how my favorite thing to do is always to help people in need.
mm-hmm.
And that isn't like feeding the hungry, helping the poor, yada yada. It is being a person who will listen to people who have problems. That is my favorite thing to do for people. Because I have experienced the highs and the lows of life. I have considered many different outcomes for that, many different choices that are both reversible and irreversible. And the fact that some people will still come here and talk to me and be like, hey, I appreciate what you do, and you talking about the things that you went through helps me out mentally. That puts me in a far better mindset and a happier mood to talk about the things that I've gone through. Because there's always going to be people out there. There's 7 billion people in the world. There's always going to be someone who needs to hear the words that you say.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that will never ever change. I've dealt with people who have had terrible experiences that by hearing me talk about it made it way more bearable for them. And these are things that are terrible, horrible things. and hearing me talk about my experiences and things that I had to go through that I don't really talk about to the public, it helped them a lot.
Mm.
And so seeing the struggles that we even dealt with, I dealt with COVID twice. There's some people who had some terrible experiences with COVID, and I talked about my COVID experiences, and they felt better about what they had to go through because I am a normal guy, but you know, some people look up to me. They see me as a role model, and seeing that, you know, this I guess strong figure, quote unquote, because obviously I'm not that strong. Because I mean, look at me. But a strong figure that they look up to is all of a sudden like is vulnerable. You know, I'm not immortal. That'd be pretty cool though. I'm not invulnerable. I still have my limits, and I can still be wounded, and I bleed. So seeing someone that they look up to show that they can be wounded makes them feel better. As we've talked about it, like I have a pretty decent following on TikTok.
Yeah, you do.
For some reason.
Because you're fucking awesome. That's why.
And then these people who I have known for years now, Hound, Jaxie, all those people I've known for years, have come to me and talked to me about their problems, and you know, I kind of try to point them in the right direction and give them some of the experiences that I had. And it makes them feel so much better because showing that someone that you look up to is vulnerable and you're not invincible. For some people, it's helpful. For other people, it's like, damn, my fucking role model is not immortal as I thought they were. So I guess we're all just human after all.
You know, and this may be weird, but, and I know that they're like very active in the other Discord, but like, I feel like, I know that I'm not active in the Discord. Like, guys, let's just face it. I know this. I'm not as active as I would like to be in the Discord.
Same.
But with what everybody has shared over the past while, like, I feel a connection with everybody. Like, I care for these people. I genuinely care for these people. Like,
I'll beat someone up for you. Don't you even think twice about it.
like, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, genuinely, like, whenever you have tears falling, they can fall on my shoulder. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's like, I care about you.
I always provide someone a shoulder. That is what I've understood is my job, my responsibility in this life is, if you need someone, I'm here. I've listened to your problems. You've listened to my problems. I love being that person that you can come and talk to and be like, hey, this is what's going on in my life right now, and it's shitty. And then I'd be like, okay, yeah, that is pretty shitty.
I mean, same goes for you, but, you know.
Well, yeah. And then I just simply say, hey, you know, this is what I've experienced. This is what I know. Because it is about talking to somebody about your problems, because you can try to tough it out. You can be the big, strong, burly man that you want to be. But eventually you have to break down those walls and talk about it. And I've had those moments. You know, I was raised to be a stereotypical man. My problems are my problems. I don't need to go to anyone about my problems. They are my problems. I deal with them. I fix them. Whatever. I was raised to be a fixer.
Sheriff, fix it, if you will.
Sheriff, fix it. Exactly.
Oh my God, I wish with everything within me that every time we've said Sheriff, fix it today, it could just be that Sheriff, fix it.
But I desperately try to be that person that can help you fix your problems. Because I have not had the best life. I've made mistakes. I've done stupid shit. I will always do stupid shit. I will always make mistakes. There's never a time in my life where I will not goof and make an oopsie daisy.
Same.
It's just how it is. It's the way the world works. You're human. You're gonna make mistakes. But living through the ability that I had and showing that I've made those mistakes, and I'm willing to admit that I've made those mistakes, it helps people.
You know, the thing is, man, when it comes to mistakes, I have a very odd take on mistakes. My philosophy on a mistake is only a mistake if you don't learn from it. And not learning from a mistake is a choice that you make.
Correct.
Fuck me, that is brilliant. Remember this.
Because see, a mistake is a lesson that needs to be learned, and you will always make mistakes. No one is perfect. I have made so many mistakes. I've done some great things, and I've done some horrible things in my life. And there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You're a human. You're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna mess up someone. You're gonna do something stupid. But the purpose of that is to understand that you did something stupid and to learn from that mistake so you don't do it again. It's not typically saying, hey, forgive me for this. I did something stupid. Woe is me. But if you do something stupid, then learn from it. Build off of it.
Like, no matter how low you go, you know what I mean? Like, no matter how low you go in life, you know what I mean? Like, we all know of the people, right? That you can think, like, you can think of somebody that's like, man, this person has fucked up so bad, they may never see their way out of it.
Yeah.
They can.
They can always.
You know,
I did.
there's a good piece of advice, a very good piece of advice that was given to me yesterday, actually. That advice was, never be surprised. Never be surprised. And the guy that told me this is such a big deal to me. The guy that told me this, he said, like, you could say never be surprised. It's like, oh, we'll never be surprised if somebody, like, really, in like someone that you could think that would never make a mistake, never be surprised that they make a mistake. But it's not just that. Never be surprised if somebody that you think is so low that they'll never see their way out. Don't be surprised if they find their way out. You know why? They can choose to learn. They can learn from their mistake. No matter how low they are, no matter how low you get in life, you can learn. You just have to make that choice. You have to make that choice. Some people, it's like, oh, well, that person's never going to make that choice. Somebody that, I mean, this is weird to say since we're drinking, but somebody, for example, that may have been struggling with alcoholism for years in their life, may one day just be like, I don't drink anymore.
Yeah.
Somebody who has had very strong addiction problems, with very hard drugs and things like that, there may come a day that's like, I can't do that anymore.
No matter how much of a deep hole that you find yourself in, you can always dig yourself out. But you have to be willing to dig tooth and nail to get to where you need to get to. I've done it. I have had some horrible experiences in my life that put me into such a rut that I found only one escape, and that was a permanent solution. And I chose not to take that path, and I dug myself out of that hole, and I became the person that I am today. Someone who not to toot my own horn, but I become a role model to certain people. People look at me as if I'm their father figure, and they look to me for advice. They come to me for help. And you kind of realize that if you can't live for yourself, you live for the sake of others. And that's what I tell people all the time. If there's ever a point in your life where you feel like you can't do something for you, you do it for others. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I made that a huge point in my life, because there's always going to be a time where someone needs you. 7 billion people on Earth, and there's always going to be at least one person who needs to hear your voice say a certain phrase to turn out their entire life. I always talk about, they say, a simple phrase, a simple hello and a smile can change someone's whole day.
Mm-hmm.
And that has been so true, and I've been told that. I've been told by people that if I did not come into their life, which sounds kind of sappy, but if I didn't come into their life, they wouldn't be the same person. They wouldn't be here today. But it's because that you provided some sort of support. That was the thing that kept the entire structure up.
Yeah.
And you may not even know it.
Mm-hmm.
You could have done this very same thing. You could have done it unknowingly. You could have said a simple hello and a smile to someone, and that fixed all of their problems in one fell swoop. I have to pee.
While you go and pee, I'm going to let you get going. I'm going to start telling a story. I'm not even talking into the mic anymore. Fuck me.
Yeah, that's how bad we've gotten.
While you go and pee, I'm going to tell a story that is on that same topic.
I'm gonna go pee then while you talk about that.
You did. I'm so proud of you. Pick your right foot up high. Put the left foot up. Okay, y'all, so a few years ago, actually kinda, yeah. As hard as you can. Water pee, water pee. You should be proud of yourself. Long and short, Derek pissed very hard. But anyway, the story time with Alex is, it wasn't very long ago, just a couple years ago, I was working a show, and I worked behind the scenes of a show, right, at the time, and I was going to lunch. I had a lunch break with one of my friends, and they went to the bathroom, and they come out, and they're in tears, right? My friend is in tears, and they said that while they were in there having a poop, there was somebody that was in there talking with a friend. They came in to pee, and they said, you know, man, I went and saw that show, and did you know that show is the reason why I'm still here? What had happened was this person had had a very hard time in their life, and they were very seriously contemplating ending their life. Ending their life. They, like, making that final decision. The irreversible choice. And while they were contemplating this, they came across the show that I was working. It wasn't that exact performance that day, but it was that show, right?
The show in general, yeah.
The show in general. And the show that I was working helped this person put some things into perspective, and sort of help them make that decision, you know, to not make that final decision, to resist that final decision, you know. Even though I'm behind the scenes, everybody's a part of it. You never know. You literally never know, no matter how small of a part it may be in whatever you're doing. A simple hello and a smile. You don't know what you're doing for somebody.
Pebbles can make a wave in an ocean of emotion. That's what I've always lived by. You live your life thinking that, you know, well, I'm just insignificant. I'm one person. There's 7 billion people on Earth. What kind of waves can I make? A simple, small act of kindness can change the entire revolution of a human's world.
You know, everybody says, like, people, you know, like you were saying, people may think like, oh, well, I can't change the world. Yeah, but what is the world?
You don't have to change the world.
Everybody lives in their own world. You may not change every human being's world, but if you change one human being's world, if you change one person's world, that is a massive.
That's historic almost. It's if you change one person's life for the better, you never know what they can accomplish. It could be something tiny. It could be they could have made one final decision that would have changed the entire revolution of what they would have become or who they could be as a person. There's people who have told me that I was a reason why they did not make a final decision, because I was just there that day. I simply existed, showed them the light of the world, and they continued doing what they were doing. You know, we've talked about it before, about like basic like religious stuff, like your beliefs, my beliefs, and that I'm a Buddhist, right? and we ran with the fact that the teaching literally teaches you life sucks. It does. And there's no way to really dispute the fact that life is pain and it's going to cause you problems, but there's a way out of it, and that is to help others in need, which is awesome. That is my favorite thing about following the things that I follow, because I don't live my life to please others. I live my life to make others better. In small acts. I'm not over here building temples, but I'm over here giving you bricks to help build yours. I live my life to give you bricks from my temple so that your temple may be built stronger and more beautiful than my own, and people help me build mine. And that I think I've already talked about this before on the podcast, but like whenever it comes to your life, building your temple, building your life. Your life is a temple, right? Building your temple is simple. You can do it by yourself, by all means. It's easy. Your battery is running low. But you can live your life and build your temple the way you want to, and that's great. But your temple gets built so much faster whenever other people are willing to help you build. And whenever people come into this world and they tell you, hey man, you did this or you did that, you're giving your bricks to other people. And whenever someone does the same for you, someone you look up to, gives you personal advice and tells you to do this, that, and the other, and you start to do that, you're building your temple with their bricks. So that even whenever someone passes away, as long as they built to your temple, they never truly leave. They never die.
That's right, man.
Because your temple lives on with the bricks that they built onto your temple. And so even whenever you leave this place, whenever we inevitably crawl into a hole and die, you have built someone else's temple. And your bricks will live on through their temple. And if they happen to use your teachings,
then your recipe for those bricks are in someone else's temple.
Your recipe is exactly. Your bricks will be put into better use at someone else's temple. My life is full of other people's bricks.
Mm-hmm.
My mother, my grandparents, my brothers, my friends, just in general, my family. People who consider themselves insignificant in my life. My temple is built by their bricks. And there is something so special about the way that my temple in my mind is. I am the person that I am today because I worked and built my temple with people who I gave my time to. And you, everyone else here in this world, you have your own temple, and you build to what you want it to be. And eventually, whenever your temple's finally complete, you crawl into a hole and you quit. Other people will use your bricks. And that is something truly amazing.
That's something to take with you.
It's what I live by. I love it because people are great.
It's very important. Now, I will say, y'all, this hasn't been a comical episode of the 5 O'clock Reboot, but I think this has been a very important episode of the 5 O'clock Reboot.
A very forward episode of the 5
No, forward and important.
Yes.
This is necessary. For someone, this is necessary. Oh my God, I feel like I sound like a preacher who's about to give an altar call.
Oh God.
You know what I mean? It's like,
you're like, I don't want to go.
No, it's like, no, there's someone here today who's spirit's drawn, but for real, there is someone who is hearing this, and you may be hearing this. If you're hearing this and you need someone, you have people. Don't ever feel like you're alone, please. And if you feel like you're not doing anything for anyone, just know that you are doing things for someone and you don't even know it.
There are 7 billion people on Earth. That is something that people never put into perspective whenever they think about how lonely they truly are. 7 billion people and counting means that there will always be someone for you. There's never it's never something that you should consider as a last call, last brawl. Uh-oh. 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 That's how you know we've been going on for a hot minute. Let's bring this guy in here. But there will always be somebody who you can rely on and call on for a last minute objective. Your life is not insignificant to everyone who you give your time to. What did it do? What is it? Did it restart?
I guess.
But, well, I guess that's our cue.
My computer died.
Oh my god, it's 4:05. Wowza. We're here, ladies and gentlemen.
We are here. I'm not even that drunk anymore.
It's because we ended up catching up on talking about whatever we need to talk about.
That's true. This is important. But guys, we're getting very close. Now, Derek, I have to ask you something, especially since we're so close now, buddy. Actually, I'm sorry, ramen pillow.
We're so close now. We're now true homies amongst the men.
Now, I've got to know, Derek. If you were to put Silverbelly on the 5 o'clock, if you were to put it on the clock somewhere between 1 and 5, where would it be?
Well, I'll be honest with you. We've been on this strange redemption arc for me and whiskey.
Really?
We've been on a strange redemption arc. Now, by itself, first one's free. Not very pleasant. We'll be honest here, okay? But drinking it with a Coke wasn't bad.
Really?
Drinking it with a root beer was just phenomenal.
Fucking amazing.
Fucking
it
amazing.
wasn't great at first.
Yeah. But I will say, for what it was and for what I've experienced here today, I think a pretty fair 5 o'clock.
Honest to God, 5?
A very fair and honest to God 5 o'clock on the board, because, like I said, by itself, first one's free, not that great. But who's going to drink this stuff straight on a regular basis? Well, I mean, there's going to be people that do that. But
If you drink whiskey, if you're drinking whiskey straight, you're going to love this.
yeah,
If that's what you usually do, you're going to love this drink.
if I can enjoy it in a drink, someone will enjoy it straight.
Yes.
So I would give it an honest 5 out of 5, because here's the thing. We mix it with 2 separate drinks, and I didn't hate either.
That's true. I enjoyed both of them.
The only thing I hate about it is the bottle. I get agitated about them matching other bottles. That is just, it's a personal preference, but I can't deduct points from personal preference.
Right. Now, y'all, I have to say, I have to agree with you, man. I'm going to give this whiskey, as far as a whiskey goes, a crisp 5 out of 5 o'clock. Fucking dingy the bell, diggity ding ding dingy. 5 out of 5 o'clock for this. Now, Derry, I think I got that. Uh-oh. I'm sorry.
I'm confused.
What are you wearing?
Man. For a crisp area, man, I tell you what, I was standing out at this lake, right? Water's rushing in over the coast, and I'm just chilling there. I'm like, you know what? It's not nearly free enough for what I'm enjoying. So I strip down, I move over to a private area of the lake where no one's gonna come around. Strip down to the bare essentials, man. I'm talking, I walk out about knee deep in the water. I squat down. Scrotum is mere inches above the water. There's a boat that flies across. It sends a wave my way. Not even paying attention to it. Don't even notice it. As I'm edging my way down, I got my scrot just dangling, bing bang bingling. And right as I'm ready to touch to the water, that wave comes in.
Wave comes in, buddy, and it just fucking smacks you.
It
dongers,
just
don't
smacks me dongers. I mean, these boys are swinging. They're wet. They're damp. They're cold.
They're dripping.
They're dripping. But I'm sitting here looking, I'm just saying, you know what? I don't hate it. I just get right in that water. I start ripping through that water. Man, I'm swimming. I'm floating. I am perfectly in an area where I can say that I am happily zooted, butt naked, and a little bit wet.
Damn.
A little bit wet, man.
Damn.
Zippity bop, man.
I like that. Now, I have to say, for where I'm at, yeah, I have reached the peak. I'm down there on the Chattahoochee, you know, and I ain't gonna lie, it's hotter than Hoochie's coochie.
It's harder than a hoochie coochie.
Listen, guys, there's a pyramid of cans out there in the pale moonlight. You know, I'm learning a lot. Honest to God, in this episode, I mean, I've learned a lot about living.
Always learn about living.
And a little about love. But you know, the thing is, to learn about love, can't be wearing no shirt.
Can't be wearing no shirt while you're learning to love.
Can't be wearing no pants.
Can't be wearing no pants to learn to love.
Fuck the skivvies.
Fuck the skibbies.
And the socks, too. Left and right, both of them.
Kick them off like a little toddler.
Kick them off, buddy. I'm down there in the Chattahoochee.
Down in Chattahoochee. No
because
socks.
I am zooted butt naked.
And wow.
And wet.
And wet.
And a little wild.
A little wet and wild. Not too wild, but wild
Not too
enough.
wild, but wild enough.
Man, what an absolutely zonky boys. That's what we are here today, ladies and gentlemen.
This ending's going on the TikTok.
This is going on the TikToks. Wowza. I'm gonna have fun trying to navigate my way into bed today. Ladies and gentlemen, we hope that we started your week off right. And it feels great to be back. Not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, man.
This is something that helps boost my week. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Same.
It's something that makes me happy. After we're done with this, I'm gonna make sure that I get the episode up and ready to go for your guys' pleasure, because I know you guys missed a whole week.
Right, and thank you for your patience.
We appreciate your patience. But man, we're gonna catch you guys in the next episode. And
That's right.
we're pleasurable about the whole thing. Well, guys, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you let us know how we're doing. Give us some ideas down in the Discord. Join the Discord. Hang out. Talk to us. Because guess what? If you're new, we'll talk to you. All the
For
other
real.
people who hang out, they're usually in the other server anyways that I run, my server. And so we all hang out there and have good fun.
But if you get in our server, by God, we'll be getting that shit live, dude. We'll be getting it alive. We'll be fucking hitting it with the CPR.
We'll be hitting with CPR, Staying Alive rhythm, or Imperial March rhythm. There you go.
And 500 miles.
500 miles. Your heart will be pumping. Now, I will say, you guys join. Maybe eventually we'll make this into where we live stream it into the actual server itself.
Yeah.
But, guys, with nothing else to say here today. Radio DJ.
500 miles. Your heart will be pumping.
Your heart will be pumping. 500 miles. You guys, we're going to catch you guys in the next week's episode. We're going to make sure that we actually get this stuff uploaded on time, on air, and ready for your guys' enjoyment. We will catch you guys in the next episode. Bye.